I'm Pam Seidel in the St. Jamestown neighborhood. It has now been more than 24 hours since this high-rise building at 260 Wellesley Street East has been without power, water, or heat. And there's still no word as to when the problem will be rectified. A spokesperson for the landlord could only say that it will be at least until tomorrow before things will return to normal. It started yesterday afternoon when a pipe burst in the electrical room in the basement of this building, causing a flood. Toronto Hydro had to cut the power. And while according to Toronto Fire Services, there is an army of electricians in the basement working on the problem, there is still no power. About 1,000 residents live in the 33-story building, and while many packed up and left, many others spent the night last night in their units and will again tonight, braving the cold and the darkness. You spent the night here last night?
Yes, I did.
How was that? Pretty chilly?
Yeah, chilly, very chilly, but what to do? Can't help it, right? Because I was expecting everything to be settled by night.
Right.
Nothing happened. It's a very frightening experience.
Yes.
Because it never happened in all these years.
Basically, it was just a bunch of chaos. I wanted to stay with my mom because she can't get down the stairs. So it's trying to figure out how we're going to get her out, where we're going, what we're doing, all that stuff.
What floor does she live on?
We're on 22, so it's 44 flights of stairs.
While inside the building is pitch black and cold, it has not been evacuated. Toronto Fire says people are permitted to stay, although they are encouraging them to try to find an alternative. Not everybody has the choice.
So I have 2 kids. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do.
Toronto Fire ordered the landlord to bring in security guards for each floor, which they have done. But Toronto Fire Services have also brought in 37 recruits who will be going door to door to check on residents.
We can check on each apartment individually and account for folks that are in there.
So people are allowed to stay, but are you encouraging them to leave?
Yeah, certainly they are allowed to stay. We are encouraging them to find alternative arrangements.
This is not the only building within the St. Jamestown complex with serious problems. The same landlord owns 650 Parliament, where 1,500 residents were displaced after a fire last August. And 240 Wellesley has been without water since Sunday thanks to frozen pipes. Although with warmer temps today, it is slowly being restored floor by floor.
My house is one baby is 22 months. Today no water is crazy. My wife is
going crazy.
Is crazy today. Is baby. I need water for clean for everything.
Right. Yeah. The property management company for these buildings, which represents the owners, is called WPSQ, or Wellesley Parliament Square. A spokesperson confirmed that more than 24 residents from 650 Parliament had moved in here, so have now been displaced a second time.
There are a lot of buildings of this vintage in the city, but we don't have work orders against this building. There are no outstanding maintenance issues related to the functioning or operation of these buildings. I really do believe, from everything that we have heard, that it's coincidental that it's affected the 2 buildings in the same community.
Are being told that they are welcome to go to the Wellesley Community Centre, which is on Sherbourne Avenue. A warming centre has been set up there. There are snacks. People can recharge their phones. As well, a community meeting has been scheduled for the community centre at 8 o'clock tonight. City staff, including the councillor for this area, Kristen Wong-Tam, is expected to be there. They will try to answer people's questions, but again, there is not a lot they can say. Once again, the best guess is that it will be at least tomorrow before power is restored here.